Hey, welcome back. The topic this week has been God doing for us what we could not do for ourselves. And I hope you found it stimulating, provocative, and even if not, even if it seems like sort of a foreign or an alien topic, maybe it's interesting watching other people talk about it. I oftentimes like to watch conversations of people talking about things that I can't relate to or don't understand, but it's interesting to hear what other people are thinking about things. But this whole idea of God doing for us what we could not do for ourselves, I'm wondering if you relate to it or have had an experience of it and what it means to you, and perhaps how you've exercised thinking about it this week. And tomorrow we review with all of us together and we can talk about these things. That's always really fun and illuminating for me. What I found for myself in a week of meditating, it's interesting to meditate on a topic for a week, I find, and it seems to come in layers and layers as more and more gets peeled off. And it seems to me like on our own power, we can do, a lot of things if we properly marshal and discipline ourselves. We can get that car, we can gain that ability, we can find uh, we can find and trap that special person into our life. There's a lot of things we can do on our own. And even the things that God can do for us, we can do amazing things with that. But it seems to me, as I've thought about it this week, and especially of my experience of the week, that the most important thing that God can do for me that I cannot do for myself, and it comes directly from one of the lines from the scripture of the recovery movement, but I can find plenty of places for it in other world scriptures, but here it is. And it's um, God, relieve me of the bondage of self. I think of all the things that we can do for ourselves, all the things we can do for other people, even the things that we can accomplish when the love and the power of God moves in and through us. There's nothing that compares, and there's nothing that's more impossible to do than relieve oneself of the bondage of self. Is it possible that I could say that in a different way that might make more sense or help flesh out the idea that my finite self, my current sense of ego, cannot relieve my ego? Only power greater than my ego, only infinite power can come in and relieve my finite self of self itself. God, relieve me of the bondage of myself, my small and constrained sense of self, my fears, my worries, my ego, my identity, my painful patterns of perception. It's I cannot relieve that on my own. It's like putting out fire with gasoline. And usually my greatest moments of suffering in life are, they result from the bondage of self. I had never heard that term before until I heard it. But God, relieve me of the bondage, the constraint of self. And I find it to be remarkably true for myself. And tomorrow I'd like to talk to you about it. But when I'm in the most pain or in the most need, usually it's the bondage of self, and I cannot fix that on my own. And if the love and the power of God has really shone through and shined through in some most significant way in my life, is its inevitable ability to move in and relieve me, sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly, of this bondage of self, of ego, of identity, of who it is that I think that I am. And then the relief from that comes from a new sense of being, a new identity, a new freedom and a new happiness comes. Fear drops away and a new sense of present moment, contentment, fulfillment, satisfaction, and joy inevitably comes every time I'm relieved of one more layer of the bondage of self. And in my estimation, only God, only love, only source, only the infinite can relieve me of the finite. What do you think? Let's talk tomorrow. Have a beautiful day, you guys. I'll see you.